So friends, welcome to a new reading vlog. Hello. I just came back from a coffee shop to have a breakfast. I had brunch with my best friend. It was a great time. And while I was there, I read a volume of Spy Family. I told you guys in my wrap up that I had read volumes 2 through 7 last month. And I really wanted to read volume 8 because I had it on Libby. And I did. And you know what? It was a great time. I gave it 5 stars. I think it was super fun. And I've been saying for a while, just because of how Anya Twilight heavy most of the volumes are, I wanted to see more of Yor. I wanted to see more of Yor, particularly being like the super like badass assassin that we know she is. And we definitely saw it in volume 8. It was super exciting. It was also set at a ship, which I feel has set a new precedent for me with actually liking a book or a volume of something that is set at sea for all of it. It was honestly super exciting, super action-packed. We definitely got to see all of her murderous talents and skills, and it was absolutely phenomenal. So I absolutely loved this. And as always, Anya diverting the situation and trying to make Twilight not realize what Yor really is just absolutely phenomenal. And Twilight too in this volume trying to disengage from work and wanting to have, well, not wanting to have fun, but pressuring himself into wanting to have fun because his boss told him to have fun. It was just all super hilarious as always, and I gave it 5 stars. It was honestly a great way to move on to a next volume, I should say, because I've said this before, it's been a little all over the place of an experience, as manga series always are, but this one though, it was really fun. And let me show you just one moment. Let me show you my favorite page in this whole thing. I mean, there were several favorite moments, but this though, this illustration of like having fun Twilight, listen, it was hilarious. It was a great time. So I'm glad I read this today. And now that we're starting out a new vlog and that I am just updating you on my reads and doing all the fun stuff, let me just haul a few things I got yesterday from Bath & Body Works because I was in search of new candles, certainly got them. They had a promo and I got a really nice piece of decor for the fall for like Halloween season. Look at this. And it's so the very first one I got was white tea and sage. I've gotten this one before. And then I also got a stress relief. Listen, I saw it and I was like, you know what, for the shits and giggles, I will get a stress relief candle. Hikey need it half the time. So like it's great. It just smells clean. I know some people hate the scent, but honestly it gives me all of the Abercrombie like flashbacks, so it's great. So I got Mahogany Teakwood Intense because I am that girly. So I was gonna buy this in a small size, but then the guy was like, you can just buy it too and it'll be cheaper because we have a promo. You said my 2 favorite words, cheap and promo. This is gonna be hot. Me vine. Started Babel and this is so good. This is everything I wanted out of this book and even more, and just knowing that this book is a thematic response to The Secret History makes me so curious about what exactly it's replying to, because I have not read The Secret History, so I don't have that context before going into this. So this is the only thing I know, and this is just delivering on every front, specifically in the subject of diversity, but diversity through the scope of history and through the scope of academia, and how academia is often this broken place that is very, very romanticized, but it's just a reflection of real life, and real life is this very fractured, fragmented, often messed up thing. And academia just reflects that. It reflects all of the issues we see societally. And because the idea of academia is something that often enamors people, they tend to ignore exactly what it entails. And so I love how this book doesn't shy away from speaking about that. And I love how this book is addressing all of its thematic statements about race and racism and class and privilege and the disparities within a single country, and how it talks about language is so beautiful. How language evolves and how it's not this finite thing. Oftentimes it has a start but it doesn't have an ending, not as, let's say, Latin does. And so it is absolutely beautiful in all of its descriptions. It is incredibly complex, it is incredibly compelling, and yet soul-shattering and enraging. There's so many things in here that have proven to not have changed as much as we would have liked them to, particularly in terms of class, privilege, race, and racism, and all of the racial biases that manifest themselves into different cultures. And it is absolutely wild to see these characters go through so much in this world that they think will accommodate them just as everybody else, this world that they love, this world that they so desperately want to fit into, and yet the universe and the world and academia and their surroundings and the people around them continue to prove that they continue to be alien despite having proved themselves as equally worthy of this education, of this opportunity. And it is so enraging to see that, because it falls into the conversation of who exactly dictates who is able to have a seat at the table, to be present in all of these important events, and who gets to do what and who doesn't. It is infuriating to read, but it is absolutely stunning in the way that it's written. And I find that it often alternates between passages that are very cutthroat and they just tell you things as they are, and then others that you kind of have to look between the lines to see exactly what R.F. Kuang means, but both are equally beautiful and complex in their nature. And I am just in awe of her writing once more. And I knew she was a competent writer. I think nobody has ever doubted that. I read The Poppy War, it's one of my favorite series of all time, but reading this, it is truly a beast of its own, particularly for 3 characters of color. We've got Robin, who is Cantonese, Rami, who is Indian, and then we've got Victoire, who is black and hails from France. And just seeing all of the ways in which they've had to change themselves and adapt themselves in order to fit into English society, quote unquote, better. How they have to constantly mold themselves and code switch in order for the Englishmen to not see them as something that is other, as something that does not inherently belong. And it is so heartbreaking to see them leave parts of their identity, parts of their culture behind in order to better fit into this academic setting. It is such a beautiful thing, I think, that R.F. Kuang has written here, and one that hopefully, I think, will shake the dark academia subgenre, the gothic genre, the historical fiction realm. However we want to phrase this book, I think there's many subcategories this could fit in. But I am at a loss of words, honestly, reading this book, and I'm trying to take it as slow as possible, but I did read 40% of this today because it is that all-consuming. And so I'm reading this and I'm vlogging it full spoiler-filled for Patreon, and I'm having such a great time. This is great. Okay, so we've got a fairyloot box right here. Let's get this unboxed right away so I can show it to you. I am not sure if I know what the book is. I don't even remember what the theme is. I think this is August. Is it August? Yes. So tell me Lois. So the very first thing I see here is a gilded pin, and it was designed by Noon Designs. And this is by Marissa Meyer, right? Yes, by Marissa Meyer, both interchangeably. Authors in my brain really do not register, but this is what the pin looks like. It is really, really nice. It's really cute, and I love the monochromatic, like gold on black. It always looks really, really good. We have got, ooh, what is this? Romeo and Juliet list pad. Is this inspired by These Violent Delights or Shakespeare? Okay, yes, it is inspired by Shakespeare, and it was designed by Katarina Book Designs. I love pads, especially for to-do lists, so maybe this will come in very, very handy. And this says, these violent delights have a violent end, which I cannot help but associate with one Miss Chloe Gong nowadays. Okay, so we've got a bookshelf tote bag, and this just has a bunch of popular books in here. So we've got These Violent Delights, Once Upon a Broken Heart. We've got the entire Ember in the Ashes quartet. May just use it today. I need to figure out what tote bag I'm gonna use today when I go out to the coffee shop. Oh, what is this? This is really, really pretty, keeping up that like gold and black theme. And this is, ooh, a jewelry box. I don't know if I could guess what it's inspired on, unless it's like a fandom neutral item. But we've got a nice little jewelry box. I don't know if you'd be able to tell like the compartments and stuff for the rings just because the lighting, but it's got the compartments. It's really, really nice. Oh, it is inspired by our featured book of the month. Okay. And we have got, I think, just the book left. And then, yes, bookmark and tarot cards. Okay, so for the mythology bookmarks this month, we've got Anansi and the Pate, and these are really nice. I think this one's definitely my favorite of the two. It's that foiling. Oh, I just love these. And then for the tarot cards, I will assume this is Only a Monster by Vanessa Len. We've got the Wheel of Fortune and Justice. The only reason why I'm making that guess is because of the girl's clothing, because it's very similar to every illustration I've seen, and I know it's like a love triangle of some sort. So let's see. Okay, yes, it is Joan, Nick, and Aaron from Only a Monster. Okay, so I definitely did not know that this was the book, but it's got a really pretty cover. I don't think I've heard of this book before. And we've got the art print with the letter from the author at the back. And the book is A Violet Made of Thorns. This cover is really, really pretty. By Gina Chen. We've got, ooh, some nice gradient sprayed edges. I don't think I've ever gotten ombre edges. I think all the ones I've got are either block or stenciled. So this is quite nice. This is really pretty. And, ooh, okay. Oh my God. Whoa, wait a second. Okay, so I love when naked hardcovers look like this and they've got an actual design on them. And we've got, obviously, custom end papers for the book. That's the front. And this is the back. And now let's read a synopsis. Violet is a prophet and a liar, influencing the royal court with her cleverly phrased and not always true divinations. Honesty is for suckers like the oh-so-not charming Prince Cyrus, who plans to strip Violet of her official role once he's crowned at the end of the summer, unless Violet does something about it. When the king asks her to falsely prophesy Cyrus's love story for an upcoming ball, Violet awakens a dreaded curse, one that will end in either damnation or salvation for the kingdom, all depending on the prince's choice of future bride. That sounds actually really cool. A darkly enchanting fantasy debut about a morally gray witch, a cursed prince, and a prophecy that ignites their fate-twisted destinies. Please tell me this is a standalone. I feel like lately I've been wanting to read more fantasy standalones, so if this is a standalone, that's gonna be really cool. Also, this cover is like giving me like OG YA and like the best way possible. Great, we've got a cattail on the camera. Yep, there she goes. There she goes again. Okay, great, welcome to my kitchen. I'm about to make breakfast and make some coffee. However, you can see it right behind me. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. I don't mean the cat, but I mean this fairyloot box right here. So we're just gonna unbox this together because this is the fairyloot babel edition I sell. It's just cattails all around. I'm super excited about. So Miss Mayhem, cover your butt. Okay, we're opening, we're doing the thing, I am so excited, but I'm so scared. I have avoided spoilers still. Hello. I have avoided spoilers for this like the plague. Like I did not want to see anything about this book. I did not want to see what it looked like, what the customs were. I just wanted to go into this unboxing fully blind. Still, here we are. This is what we're doing. I'm so excited, but I'm so scared. Okay, Mel, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Like it can't be bad. I'm so scared. Wait, the book is not even showing. If I do this, it's just a bag. Right, I forget that. Okay, so we've got this Arcane History. I don't want to look at it. What color is it? Is it white? Please tell me it's like a white grayish tone. I don't want it to be black. I know people will get mad if it's white probably. I'm trying not to look, but I know people are like super mad that every fairyloot adult book has been white, but if it fits, it fits. Okay, this doesn't have a fairy scoop, right? Yeah, no, this box doesn't include it. This is the book. I can't even see, I don't wanna look. Oh, it's backwards. Oh! 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 This is everything I wanted. It's silver, it's gold, it's gray, it's white. This is giving excellence. The edges! I'm like in awe. Oh my god. Oh my god. It just keeps on building. Yeah, fairyloot. Fairyloot didn't have to go this hard. And then there's some really nice end papers here. I will assume some really nice end papers are here. Oh my god. And it's obviously signed. Helly, this is studying. Anyways, let me go. This is excessive. This is just a lot. So let me just go. But this, just know the person I'm about to become. Welcome to the last clip of the vlog. I know this is super short. I don't tend to hello cats. That scared the shit out of me. Anyways, I know I don't tend to do shorter videos. However, I am really loving the shorter format for reading vlogs and just keeping things more succinct where it needs to be. And this vlog really was the compilation of a few random days, me unboxing things, me sporadically reading, and just putting everything together. And so I really love the end result of it. I literally just edited everything and I am here with some final updates before I log off. However, I did start one final book in this vlog, and that is Amari and the Great Game, which is the sequel to Amari and the Night Brothers, and I am really enjoying this. I think it is really the accessibility of the writing that just makes it super easy to flow through, super easy to read, and I really enjoy that. I enjoy opening the sequel to a favorite and just immediately immersing myself back into the world, and the way this starts with Amari being the sort of celebrity due to the events of book one is just so funny and lighthearted, yet it speaks a lot about this world and the way that they view her because of who she is and the powers that she has, which we know are very frowned upon in this world, in this magic system. And so I love how we pick up, and I love how it immediately all just goes haywire. And there's now a big mystery to solve, and there is now this big massive event that is making people shun Amari even more than they already are. And so the plot thickens. I am very curious to see how this is going to develop, and I just love seeing the world of Amari, so I can't wait to see more of the magic and really get into the thick of the story, because so far it really has been a lot of exposition. I didn't even tell you how far into it I was. I'm on page 75, but so far it really has been a lot of exposition. We haven't seen necessarily a lot of magic. However, my favorite scene was definitely when she went to visit the witches and they started playing spades, and it was magic cards, and so depending on which cards were drawn, what deck was chosen, the cards would act differently. And so I loved that. I thought that scene was super funny. The dynamics were great, and just the cards doing different things and really being pranksters was really funny. So that, I think, has been my favorite scene so far. So I can't wait to keep on going with this and see how it wraps up, because I think Amari is in for a ride. I have started other things this week, but things that I am talking about in other vlogs. So I have read over half of The House Across the Lake. I have also started The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. However, I hope that you guys enjoyed this, even if it was short and sweet and just a little all over the place, but very cozy. I think that was what I wanted this to be. Don't forget to give it a massive thumbs up down below and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you do want extra content, which I would highly recommend, I do have a Patreon. It's always linked down below, and we have a bunch of exclusive videos, live shows, book clubs, a Discord server, and just a bunch of stuff. I am doing a full-length, spoiler-filled reading vlog for Babel, so that's exciting. This month we are reading Plain Bad Heroine, so I think all around it's an exciting time. So that is always linked down below alongside all of my socials. Love you guys the most. This nail has suffered. Don't look at it, and I shall see you guys on the next one. Bye!